What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie P all day. Today I am bringing you some special knives. Not just any old knives, not your camp knives, your hunting knives. It's the knife you use when you've already used your camp knife and your hunting knife. These are the most important and most used knives in the entire house. Allow me to show you. You see this beautiful package right here. Another gorgeous bit of Shan Zu. This right here, if you guys remember, I brought you, and I will have to pull it out and show you without knocking you over. I brought you at one point a knife from Shan Zu, and I was so excited that I said one day all my knives will be Shan Zu, because they literally, I mean, this is as high quality as a kitchen knife as you can get. Literally as high quality as you can get. When you're talking about professional chefs and you're seeing guys on TV and this, professional chefs use Shan Zu because they're not just a purchase, they're an investment. So especially if, let's say, you have a family member who wants to be a chef. Let's say you have a son or a daughter whose dream is to be a professional chef. They want a restaurant, or you get them a set like this. If you have a dream of being a chef, or if you are a chef and you want the best that money can buy, you get a set like this. Naturally, this set sells naturally and regularly for just under $1,000. Just under $1,000. Do you know why? Because this set is amazing and it's worth it. So you're saying, you hear that? You're saying almost $1,000. There's no way I'm going to spend that and da 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 da. Well, that's great. You don't have to. You don't have to. They made it easy for you. Right now, this set is 50% off, not 10% off, 15% off. 50% off. That means less than $500 for an investment set of kitchen knives that will last you forever. Forever. These are investment knives. These aren't your standard, like, kitchen knives. I'm getting ready to throw all mine away. I have a ton of kitchen knives, and it's because I have to keep rebuying. You know, I have to keep buying new ones. And that's what happens is we go out and we buy kitchen knives, the knives that we use every single day, knives that we use more than any other knives in our collection. What is our number one used knife? Butter knives and these guys right here, steak knives. This is what we use more than any other knife that we own. In our households, we use steak knives and butter knives more than anything. And here's what I've been doing. I spent my entire life buying knives, right? Oh, they start to get crappy, throw it away, go get another one. So now I'm spending 10 to 20 bucks per knife, right? And I'm doing this over and over and over again. So rather than end up eventually spending $5 grand on a bunch of useless crap that I had to throw away, less than $500 for knives that'll last the rest of my life. All right. All right, that sounds good. So now I told you I use a certain knife almost every single day of my life. I use one of these, a fillet knife. This is a very, very cheap knife. It's a very, very inexpensive knife. And it's been working. It's been working. I was so happy. Ooh, that's not the one. I was so happy when I opened up this kit because the fillet knife that they have, this guy right here, is freaking amazing. So now here's a little truth be told. Yesterday I started this video. I did probably over 15 minutes and I used almost every single one of these on film. Almost. I did use this one. I used the chef's knife. I used the fruit knife. I used the utility knife. I used the carving knife. I mean, I went straight through and just started using some knives. And then, D-bad being D-bad, I realized I filmed it the wrong way. The film went up and down, so now I have to restart. So what was supposed to be the end today, I was going to use the steak knives today, is now not the end because I had to restart. So this is the beginning. I'm making a steak, and I wanted to just use the steak knives to show you that. And now I'm going to end up having to refilm all over again. So, oh, poor me, I get to cook more stuff. So as far as today, we're going to do the steak knives. Now I want to show you what comes in this kit and get it through. So I just showed you the chef's knife. I'm going to bring you in a little closer into the light. Let's actually turn you around because the light is coming from that direction. So this chef's knife, these knives are super sharp. Ergonomically, these handles, oh, they feel so nice for kitchen knives. Really, really nice. But we have the chef's knife. And if you need to know what knife is what, check this out. Here's the box, right? And they put a whole list right there. And it even comes with like a little catalog and a little write-up. And then there's something about the block itself that I'm going to show you that's really cool. So that was the 8-inch chef's knife. And the Santoku knife is 7 inches. This thing is just pretty. This is the only knife, I think, so far besides the steak knife that I didn't use on film that I can't use on film now. And then we have the bread knife, and the bread knife is 8 inches. And I used this one, and this thing is so sweet. I took a loaf, and I might just cut a piece today too, but I took a loaf, and it was like, instead of going do, it went so outside of the bread knife, we have the 8-inch carving knife. This thing is so nice. That's a great knife. That is a great knife. And we have the fillet knife that I just showed you. And let's see, it's a 7-inch fillet knife. Have yourself a happy little knife set. And we have the carving knife. Not the carving knife, the utility knife. I just told you, 6-inch utility knife. I use this one, and this is phenomenal. This is a great knife. That thing cut like an Opinel. It was really nice. So then we have the 3.7-inch fruit knife, and I even used this one, and this knife was fantastic. Now I get to use them all over again. Outside of that, and what I just showed you, we have steak knives. Steak knives that you'll notice that it is partial flat, partial serrate. Right? These are really sweet. Look at this swept up design. That makes cutting so much better. And here's the deal: is with steak knives, this is the crap I have. Right? These things are terrible. These are the things you can get at Walmart. When you're talking knife for knife, I mean, these steak knives are so nice. I cannot wait to empty out all this stuff that I have and just get rid of it, because I only need this for now on, for the rest of my forever. That's all I need. Also, you have a honing rod, a nice little sharpening rod, very sweet, and you have in the set a pair of bone scissors, right? So here, this little round part, that's where you, like if you got a chicken bone, you stick that, see this? That's spring operated. That snaps right back. This thing, this is no lie. Look how meaty these are. Look how fat that is. It's like a giant Bowie knife. This is where you cut your meat from, obviously. But you see this handle, how ergonomically curved it is, and it's got a lock on it. So when you put it in, you don't have to just push it, and it already stays right there. Look at these scissors. These are bar none, by far, top notch. And I went to 2 different cooking schools and I used their stuff. These are the single best scissors I have ever used for cooking scissors. The best ever that I have used. I mean, just they are made so freaking well. I'm really excited about that. Now I want to show you one more thing about this that is pretty impressive. So here's the block, right? It looks really nice. Has Shan Zu right there. So now let's say you're having dinner. You have a family, or let's say you're having friends over for dinner, and you need steak knives. Instead of taking out the steak knives and bringing them over and putting them there, you can take this piece off, put it right on the table so people can grab a steak knife. You don't have to carry the entire block. That right there is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so right now, I want to make a steak because I have a steak that I need to cook. And my plan was to use the final knife, which was the steak knives, but, well, that's all changed now. So I have my trusty 3.7-inch fruit knife that I'm going to use for cutting open this package, and it really nicely on film. So look how easy this is. Just sweet carving of this package, and it's sweet carving. It opens like no problem whatsoever. Got a nice T-bone going on. So we're gonna do that, and I want to give you a nice look at this one because this is the first one I got, and I've had this in a couple different videos. This knife, this is the epitome of beautiful knives. This was my all-time favorite single kitchen knife right here. My chef's knife. This thing is sweet. So now I have one that's a little bit smaller and in the set, but now I have two chef's knives of different size, all from the same place. But whew, golly, I'm so excited. So excited because if you know cooking, or if you know knives, you know the importance of a great knife, and especially in the kitchen, since this is where you're using all your knives. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I gotta cut some butter. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna put this big chef's knife away, and I'm gonna bring you down to a better level. Hold on. All right, so I need to cut a piece of butter. So I use this stuff right here. It's this Amish salted roll. So the butter isn't like your normal butter. It's a giant roll of butter. It's awesome. So I'm going to use my utility knife, my 6-inch utility knife, to cut off a nice piece. And let's see if we can get it really nice and clean here. It is just a big, fat roll of butter. And that was super clean. You see that broken spot? That's because the last knife I used wasn't one of theirs, and I broke my butter. I used their knife, and the butter comes out just beautifully. So I ruined the butter, and now I'm fixing the butter with just a better knife. So I gotta go throw this in a pan. Ta-da! In a pan. So now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna cook my steak, and then I'm going to use my steak knives, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to use the other knives for, since I made sushi yesterday and it came out amazing using my knives. I was able to cut eel, just absolute precision cuts using these knives because they're just awesome. But let me get this steak done. Hold on. Sneak peek, looking good. I know it's a knife video, but I'm going to show you a trick on how to get your fat edges nice and crispy. Take your pan and turn it and let the fat rest in the butter, and it makes the fat part of your steak look like this. Look like that. That is so nice. A little trick. All right, so I'm going to test this, and I'm going to use one of their steak knives, and this is the first time I'm using their steak. All right, I literally brushed the steak knife along the steak, and it cut it. I can't wait till this is on a plate. Just want to see how I'm looking. So far, steak is cooking well. So far, the knives are working better. Oh my God. Delicious. All right, it's almost there. All right, so a mighty big steak needed a mighty big plate. But let's see how the steak knife goes through the steak, right? Watch us push. It's just a single push straight through. Now what we want to do is get some nice thin cuts. Let's see if I can't turn you guys around here. Do a little hokey pokey. Thanks, Captain Electro. So here we go. We're just going to just take it down. And, I mean, it's so delicate to... Oh, sorry, I had to do that. But it's just so nice. You can thin strip a steak with this. Awesome. The knife is just awesome. Let's see here. Let's see, we'll start from the center. This is the hard part, this is the loin. So we're going to go from the center, which if you've ever used a steak knife, you always start on an edge, but cutting through the center is just easy. I mean, it's just easy, easy, easy. It's a great steak knife. I mean, just a great steak knife. So you could see how butter smooth. I'll try to go from the just the sharp edge without the serration, and look at that. Holy Moses. These steak knives are the bomb, especially when you go from, when you're used to using really cheap steak knives, and then you go from something like this. Look at that. That's fat and all, and it just went straight through. I told you, these knives are investment knives. They truly are that. These are the single best knives I've ever used in my life, and I will have these for the rest of my life. That's the best part. And I can't believe, as somebody who cooks, I can't believe the price. 50% off on these. It's almost a gift. It's almost, I mean, that's just amazing. Let's get some more knives in use, though. Ooh, that steak knife just ripped right through that thing. All right, so I'm bringing out the bread knife again, even though you didn't see it the first time. I just want to show you, I got this nice little French loaf right here. So watch this, watch this, watch this. Straight through, no crushing, no ripping, nothing. I don't even have a bunch of crust flakes out here. It just went, look at, this is whoever used the last piece, it wasn't me, cut a pretty rugged looking piece. I don't know what they used. I used that knife. Look at that. Look at the difference. It's night and day. Look at that. They were cutting, sawing through, and I'm guessing they used whatever knife is getting stuck. I'm guessing they used this piece of crap right here to do that, because it is such a terrible cut. Look at the difference between that and that. That's the difference between your regular Walmart bought kitchen knives and a Shan Zu. These things are just phenomenal, phenomenal knives. And I'll tell you what, if you have somebody that is getting married, if you have somebody that's maybe buying a new house or their first house, things like that, and you want to get them either a wedding gift or a housewarming gift, I'll tell you, man, you will be the lion's pride if you get them something like this. Especially, think about it, they don't know. They don't know that this $1,000 knife set you got for half off. So all they know is their kitchen set is a professional chef set that is valued at $1,000. Just about. It's like $970 something, 50% off. Sub $500, and you get some of the absolute best knives on the planet. I mean, do the math. And I'm going to put the link down below for the 50% off page, so you guys can jump on that right away. All right, so I'm going to use the Santoku knife, and I want to cut some of this avocado right here. This is a cold avocado, but golly, I mean, just look at this. I'm going to go all the way around because I over-rotated. Look at this. I'm just pressing, and it's going through this avocado skin like it's not even there. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive indeed. So you see, ripping the avocado off by hand, it leaves avocado on there. Let's see if we can just use the knife and get one a little better here. So, I want to start over here and just look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. So, and that's a big knife to be doing a delicate task with. But when you're talking about Shanzu, it just is what it is. Let's see here. some really paper thin cucumbers to the point where they're so thin you can see through them. Just nice. Just nice. I mean, it's so easy to go really thin when the edge of your knife is as pristine as this. And it's literally, all you have to do is get enough to put the edge on. If I can find just that one little thing, and look at this. Look how thin that is. I broke it off, but that was on me, not the knife, obviously. Look at that, is completely see-through. So if you can get an edge on something, you can cut as look at this, look at this, look at this. I actually concentrated on that one. Look at that. Completely see-through. Look how thin that is. It's thinner than the knife itself. Man, just sweet right there. Let's see. Now this isn't your fruit knife or your paring knife or anything like that, obviously, but golly, it does the work. It just does the work. It is so nice. Man, I'm telling you, this is by far the best set of knives I've ever used. I've worked in different kitchens. I've worked in a very high-end seafood restaurant. I've never used knives like these that are just so. I mean, this thing is so see-through. I mean, that is as thin of a cut as you can get. Oh man! So I'm obviously not going to rip through every knife because I already did. I'll even see if I can condense some of that video to make it rectangular. I don't know if I can, but I mean, I was filleting shrimp and cutting unagi and all that jazz. But you can see, you can get a good feel on what's going on here. These knives are amazing. You're talking about getting $1,000 knife set for under $500. I mean, that's talk of the town, brag to the neighbors who think they got the best stuff. Then you say, oh yeah, come on over, we'll do something. And you break out your chef's knife and you say, oh yeah, check this out, by the way. Yeah, this is my $1,000 set. And then you take off your steak knives, that entire block, and you bring it over to the table. You say, don't worry about it. You know, I got you covered. I mean, these things are just amazing quality, superior quality, phenomenal knives. And like I said, they're an investment. They're an investment. So especially like if you have a son or a daughter or a nephew or a niece or whoever, husband or wife, that is going to like a cook school and you want to get them a gift for graduating like cooking school, chef school, and you're kind of stuck on what to get them, I'll tell you what, you get them $1,000 knife set from Shan Zu and they're going to say, you got to be kidding me. Just don't tell them how much you actually paid, because this is by far worth the value. I think that big chef's knife I had by itself was like $400, right? So think about what you're getting. You're getting a whole lot of knives here. I don't even know how many pieces it is. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus a 2-piece block. 15-piece knife set and a 2-piece block. Professional. Myself a bunch of these shrimp filleted. I'm not going to make you watch all of them. I just want you to see how absolutely super sharp this knife is and how absolutely really clean that you can fillet your seafoods with. I mean, look at how perfect that is. There's no ripping, there's no chunking, nothing like that. It just works out good. So I'm going to go ahead and do some more. Hold on. They're just really good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a sushi roll, and I'm going to keep the rice on the inside so the seaweed is actually on the outside, which makes it harder to cut. That'll be a test. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to take the chef's knife and I'm going to cut through this. Now, if anybody's ever cut through seaweed paper, you will understand what
Oh my gosh. I used my off-grid knife the other day to do this, and it took a second to get it going through, and I was ripping the paper, the seaweed sheet. I am not ripping this seaweed sheet. It is going really, really nicely. Just beautifully, as a matter of fact. Just turn that into 2 pieces here. But wow. So as you can see, the inside of my sushi, and I'm going to stand them up because I'm doing it a different way. I know you guys really don't, it's really about the knife at this point, but I want to show you, like, just amazing. And now it gets a nice fill of eel sauce and some caviar. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. All right, back on track. So with my knives, look at this beautiful sushi I was able to whip up. And I have to say, I didn't put any wasabi out yet, but look at that. Shanzu knives. Oh, I'll tell you what, I wasn't lying. I was not lying. All right, so that's it for this one. We're going to wrap it up. I'm telling you guys, Shan Zu is the way to go. Follow the link below for the 50% off. Look what else they have on their website. They have got some beautiful stuff. I'm telling you, guys, you don't have to be a pro to use pro quality knives. You just don't have to be. But when you use pro quality knives, you'll feel like a pro. Yeah. All right, so that's it for this one. Invest in something amazing. Buy yourself some Shanzu knives and be very, very happy. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day.